Alright, so let's see if we can finish this here. So I think I want to go to make sure I'm on the front. Hmm. I wonder how this is gonna go. Alright, so I'll even that out. Hmm. Yeah, I'll just think it'll make it easier if I just use a edge loop. But I can dissolve those for now. Yeah. Mm. Yep, yep, yep. And let's see. Maybe get another one in here. Because what I'm gonna try to do now. Hmm. Well, actually, before that, I should apply the mirror modifier. Actually, before I do any of this, I should apply the mirror modifier. Yep, 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 yep. That's what I should have done. Alright, I'm just gonna duplicate the object real quick. So I kind of have a backup in case this all goes horribly wrong. But for now, working under the assumption it won't. Gonna add all that back. And I'm going to... Yeah, I don't want to select the back though. I just want this. And I want to see if I can get away with doing perhaps the worst thing humanly possible. And oh yeah, I didn't actually... Oh man, I am on point right now. Oh, oh yeah, I am on point. Alright, so I've got another edge loop there to support that. Can I? Don't have all the bottom vertices. Can I get away with simply pushing that in and basically calling it a day? Because I really don't want to try like ripping the mesh or anything like that because, well, I mean, maybe you've tried it, but tearing apart like a subdivision mesh and having like geometry maybe inside of it, but the entire mesh isn't solid, it can cause problems. Yeah, problems to say the least. Now I'm going to add some additional edge loops, I think. How does everything look? Honestly, not that bad. Okay. I mean, I know, like, I believe I said I'd been making, like, spears, but, I don't actually do things the same way pretty much ever. I always try to do things a little differently. So I didn't actually build any spears quite like this yet. So this is still new for me. I wasn't sure how this would turn out. Yeah, one problem is these vertices here, they don't don't really have the geometry backing it up to really control the, well, the geometry. I really don't want to just keep saying the geometry can't control the geometry, but and I'm quite certain, I mean, I'm going to try it, but if I just use a crease, that should make it pretty horrible, though it's not that horrible. I don't, creases are pretty horrible though. I don't like creases. That's just, that's just me. Never really liked them, and I can never really get good results with the crease. Where would I put this though? I mean, I guess, do I put it there? Hmm. Not sure where the best place to draw this loop is. That actually, yeah, except down here, it's being a bit odd. Maybe if I pull it down to there. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. You know what, that honestly seems to be kind of shading and working rather well. But if I take this and put it, okay. What if I put there? That just, that's just a hard no. Can I cut to anywhere? Cut there. And cut to there. Does that do anything good? Maybe. Maybe. Gonna slide it up. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do the other side in a similar manner. See what I think of that. Ah, so it actually put the little thing is I don't want a random vertex in the middle of nowhere. Don't think that's really helpful. Now how's this look? Maybe a bit too scrunched. Eh, I'm not sure though. I mean, I think a little scrunching actually, like having it a bit odd there, I feel like actually works to its advantage. Like, strangely enough. What if I draw? Now I feel like this will make it bunch up too much. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe that extra geometry here is going to make it very nice. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's better that way, actually. I think that's pretty okay. I am I am okay with how this is turning out. Yeah, we just go into some triangles, and I mean, suppose this is like technically an n-gon now, you know. We're not, we don't really have like a perfect quad topology everywhere, but no, I also don't plan on animating this, and if I don't get shading errors, I don't super care about the topology. I mean, if I'm not getting shading errors, and this is a static mesh, I don't exactly have a good reason to care about its topology. If it works, it works. I have given up on being like a quad purist. Obviously, keeping everything quads can be helpful. It is something I aim to do. I always try to keep everything as quads. Okay, there's duplicate geometry here though. Okay, that looks good, and I think that gives it like a good, more realistic, forged medieval look. Which is, I mean, that's what I'm going for here. I want this to be a simple, just a simple battle spear, essentially. Nothing too fancy, you know, probably not something like the hero of the game would use, except as like starter gear. But more likely some kind of AI soldier or guard. Because it's just supposed to be pretty realistic and boring. Although, you know, come to think of it, you could just be making a very realistic medieval game. Not every medieval game is The Witcher. Now I'm just trying to kind of improve sort of the roundness. Not sure, did that get everything I wanted? Not quite. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't super need like these though. Can I dissolve these vertices without destroying all human life, basically? Because I want to... Oh, no. I want to get rid of those. Yeah, I don't think we need that. I'm okay, I think, with that being an edge loop, though. I just don't need all that geometry on the back. And yeah, so this worked pretty pretty well, I think. I think that came out reasonably fine. Hopefully, like UVing it goes okay, because like you know, your subdivision surface, if you toggle this, like it can pull your, essentially it will like pull your UV lines. And so trying to leave your subdivision unapplied and then UVing with a model like this, you need to be a little careful. It can cause weird issues if you are not used to working with it, I would say. Once you've like worked with it a while, you kinda you know when it's going to be a problem, basically. That's what I'm saying. I'm quite sure it will be a problem for this mesh. And, only part of that's because it was a problem on some of the other spears I made. And honestly, it's a bit of it's something I have to take into consideration pretty much whenever I make a weapon. Because I tend to make all the weapons I do roughly in this style. Though a lot of times I will have some concept art if I'm doing something a bit more than a basic war spear. And I'm just kind of seeing how I feel about it. I actually think I'm feeling pretty good about like the proportions. Yeah, I mean, you zone out. It's pretty big, but I like that's big. I think it's good that it is big, basically. Mm, yeah, I am. Okay, I'm pretty pleased. Let's see if we can UV it. See if we can. And I'm thinking I'm going to do like the simplest, most horrible UV ever, basically. I'll turn that on, yeah. Like generally, if that's like one of the reasons I generally bevel to 3 is because your subdivision surface isn't going to really do much with your middle part of the bevel, which makes it a relatively safe place to put a seam. But I'm basically going to just cut it in half. I mean, there's not much better way to UV something like this. So it's not going to be particularly brilliant. Yeah, I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong thing. I just want to see. I know this isn't going to be good. I just want to see sort of where it breaks. So I'll turn on stretching and like, actually, it's saying not much stretching around those corners. And doesn't even look like we're pulling much geometry in over itself around there. So that's good. Sometimes you will with like weird topologies, like it'll just pull edge loops over each other, and that'll obviously cause terrible, terrible issues. Definitely gonna get some stretching in that thing I punched in, and yeah, I probably need to UV it, or by UV it I mean like cut it. You need to cut this off, basically. And I think I want to put seams here. Hmm. Yeah, all right. Where's this putting everything? Hmm. I don't know though. Like, I mean, I know it's stretching pretty bad, but also I don't like having seams everywhere. I really don't like seams. A lot of times I'm okay with even a fair bit of stretching if it means I don't need to use a seam. Like, it looks pretty okay around the bottom. I could be wrong. I mean, it's stretching kind of bad in here. What could I do to make your life better? Tell me, what can I do for you? I mean, it looks like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just try, like, what if I just mark these? That didn't super help. But what if I also mark those? Well, now it's done something radically different. Now it's cut this piece out and straightened it essentially. That's wonky, to say the least. I mean, why is one side so much longer than the other? That does not seem right. If I click use subsurf as well. Well, I am liking that they seem to be the same length now. Mm. And generally, if you click use subsurf, it will show like a bunch of stretching. But I almost want to say that's like imaginary stretching because you're going to get a whole bunch of additional geometry that's not showing up right now. I'm really not sure why it made it short though. Here. If I if I use conformal, that's like worse. Yeah, conformal, it's inside itself. It's horrible. Go back to angle. Yeah, it's really not too happy with, I'm going to guess, this cross section I've kind of done here is really throwing it through a loop. It is not okay with that cross section. So, like, I could toy with it, but turning use subsurf on seems like it makes it fine. I'm really surprised there's not worse stretching on these. Are they really that rounded? Like, am I actually going to be able to get away with, like, only cutting them in half? That'd be crazy. But okay. Think think that's I'm going to at least try this UV map. But something else I'm going to do is I'm going to try and kind of go with my standard method of adding in noise. So I'm going to destroy everything. But once I've done destroying everything, like, yeah, I'm kind of like repurposed an old project for this. But, so I already have like a noise texture, but I'm just going to make a new one for the sake of this. I mean, I don't believe I did anything too clever to the other one, but maybe I did. What did I do? Oh, I did. I changed the noise size. Did I change? No. So, yeah, I changed the. Yeah, okay. I think I get why I did that too. Because I wanted like a lot of small ripples. I wanted it to look sort of hammered. Although maybe a larger noise size might give me better results. I definitely think I need it to be uh, perhaps a bit weaker. Maybe a bit stronger than that, though. Like, yeah, you can't really tell. What if I make that like a 5? Hmm. So doing... Yeah, okay, so one thing this is probably going to do is really mess up, like, our edge and, like, push it through itself here. So, yeah, I'll play with that, but that kind of brings up a good thing that needs to be done. And let's just check the subdivision. Oh, that is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, that beveling is drawing it in there. What if I get rid of that, does that really like make it worse? Like, is it much worse for that? I kind of don't think it is. I feel like I can just make this nat quad and make this an N-gon and life will go on. Except I feel like it did something weird there. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did, but I feel like it was doing something wrong the first time. Subdivision's still weird. Mm, I don't like that. Oh, what to do, what to do. Is there a simple fix? That is that is my question right now. Nah, that's not helping. Hmm. What I really want is just this to be relatively even, which it is just straight up not going to let me do. It really wants to pull that up. Hmm. I wonder though, what if I do something crazy like just make a knife cut across the entire mesh? Hmm. It still goes in there. It's just not going to be perfect, is it? Okay. Blender's lagging on me for some reason now. Alright, it stopped. If I just like merge that, what are you gonna do? Hmm. I think it's better. If I merge that one as well. Hey, yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna merge these then. Because what I want is a separate material to create an ID mask for the edge of the spear. And also so I can mask off the displace modifiers. I don't want them to affect. That's like way too much. Oh no, and I didn't have. Yeah, I'm gonna turn on X-ray and I think circle select would actually be faster right now, but pro tip, use circle select, but I am very against the circle select, and I have good reasons. The best reasons. Love to discuss it at some point, but for now I'm just going to do things in a bad way. Alright, so I've got like the edge, and I'm going to go ahead and create like a main group, and I'm going to deselect the edge vertices, which I think is fine. I'm not sure if I actually like need vertices. Like, do I need that line? I forget. But I'll assign all these to the main. And I think I'm going to go ahead and set up like some basic materials. So I'm going to set this to spearhead. And I want to select the edge. And I'm going to create a new material. Spear edge. Make that green. Assign it there. Oh, clearly something has gone. Yep, I selected, I suppose, extra geometry here. So I'm going to remove those. Select main. And reassign that material, please. No, not good enough. Well, I guess just ruin everything then, why don't you? Hey, well that did something. Alright, so if I select the edge now, what all do I get? Right, all of that looks good. Looks good. I assign that. Yeah, the only real problem now is I got some bleed there. And I think the only way to like really solve that actually is basically by throwing geometry at the problem. Although these vertices here just kind of hanging out. What if I route it there? Is that going to ruin life? Not quite, but this sort of is. I'll just get rid of that one though. Yeah. This is better somehow. Now what on earth did I do there again? I somehow seem to have fixed everything. But I'm not entirely sure what I did. What I do? I think I like routed that around and yeah, and then I like merged these. And that basically fixed all my problems in life. Yeah, Spear's like a bit fat, but if I turn off the displays, and I do kind of have some weird scrunching now. Mm. Yeah, this is gonna need some cleanup. But you know, life. Mm. I don't want to like cut the mesh in half and redo with the mirror modifier. I really should have done all this maybe before I did the handle. Oh wait, no. I cut this too high. I meant to grab this one. Good, please go. There. Okay. That's like all well and good. The only thing that's a bit off is there is some like awkward bunching now. And we don't really want that. So let's see what we can do. How much can we reduce this and keep? Because like I want the extra geometry there to hold everything in place. Is this guy going to have made our bunching worse or better? Yeah, it's about the same. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Yeah, I can't get rid of that. Hmm. Yep. Oh man. Yeah, that's kinda like anything I do, I should really try to do it to all the sides. I'm gonna scale those in on the Y and see, like, yeah, that sort of hides some of the odd shapes from too much geometry. I think it works better about there. Maybe the real problem is I just don't have enough. I do kind of want to narrow this whole bit here. What? Come here. Hmm. Now I suppose the issue is, yeah, it's like everything's, eh. I really should have just reduced all of these in a bit more. So I need to get that tip pretty small. Alright, I feel like did I not? No, I definitely did. I did grab one vertex I did not mean to. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not I'm not super happy with how the tip and its topology is right now, but I also don't want to spend too much time sort of massaging it. Mm-hmm. Scale these in on the X. Scale those in on the X as well. Bring that down about there. Bring them all in on the Y. Alright, that's looking. I'm gonna say that's reasonable enough. Certainly spent enough time on it. And that's like a decent edge. Maybe. I don't know. I think I zoomed in a little too much on that edge there, honestly. If I bring the whole thing down. Hmm. does just look a bit too crunched. That certainly did not help. Hmm. Yeah, playing with playing with all this, trying to make it all perfect. I don't I don't know. I mean, the tip definitely is not perfect right now, but mm, I don't like how small it gets. I really don't. How how best to deal with that? I want the I don't know, I want it to come down like quite a bit more. Hmm. You know, that might actually worked rather well. That one simple maneuver there. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fat. I think I need to thin it out, work on that like just a bit. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I did. Oh no, I did all that too. Just that side. Oh, come on. Why do I do this? Alright, I want to scale them out on the Y just a bit. Mm. I want to say not bad. So that kind of, yeah, I don't know that that's really doing much. I don't know, we do have some weird shading around those corners, though I'm not super sure what I could do about any of that. Actually, that seems to work out rather fine. I guess I didn't need any of this anyway. And that helped the shading around the edge. Though the shading around the tip is still maybe suboptimal. What if I did just go ahead and kind of run these and get rid of those edges? Then I suppose I would need to do that to the same or the back side as well. Then dissolve the edge loops going to the middle. And that is much better. It's not perfectly smooth, but I'm going to say that is definitely a happier spear tip. Happy spear tip. Happy spear tip. Happier material line. Could be happier though. It could be happier. I'm gonna try to pull these back edges in. Well, okay. Alright, that's probably way too much fiddling with that, but yeah, I think I like this edge profile a lot more. I might enlarge it further. I don't know, but I'm pretty okay. I'm going to stop at the very least. Very least I am now going to stop. Ugh. And if I turn on the displays, well, it really messes with those bunches at the top here. I think I should remove those from the sort of the main group for the sake of that modifier. Hmm. But now it doesn't seem to be affecting. I don't know, it's affecting the blade a bit. Yeah, so it is affecting those regions. It's just not super visible. That is too visible. Hmm. Hmm. Like it's pushing into it there. That's not very nice. Tone it down 0.002. Hmm. Oh, other sphere. What exactly did I do? So I did the normal and 0.01. Hmm. Normal again. And the Y direction. Hmm. Now, why would I do a thing like that? I don't even know. But let's just copy it a few times and see what kind of results I can get. Maybe I was onto something with. Though I think what I was. Yeah, I think I was trying to accomplish like some slight side to side variation across the entire mesh. Like disrupt the perfectness of the blade. So I was trying to give it some side sway. Right. I mean that seems to make sense to me. Hmm. Then I think the idea was have like a very weak thing that can affect even the edge. But I think the idea was it should be so weak it really can't do much. And I just like scouted that whole thing out, even though I couldn't see it. I think I'm going to shrink this just a bit. Try to hide the mesh pop through there. All right. All right, all right. So I'm thinking I'm okay with this. This is okay. I'm not saying anything too wrong. Our UVs seem okay. I think, I mean, video's already like an hour long, apparently. So, yeah, maybe I'll play with, just drag it out a little longer. Let's finish this. Let's go ahead and take care of the stick. And I guess I'll just like, I mean, I'll try to like pick one kind on the side. And I'll mark these as seams. Now this bottom section, I'm probably gonna spend 3 days on again. But like, I don't want that to be perfectly flat. Hmm. But the bevel modifier's not really working out so hot. I could do that. Alright, bevel modifier. Just keep trying to go like straight up. That's fine. Alright, that is just not working out for me right now. That's fine. I will basically bevel it myself. Although this is kind of a problem section. If I just shrink it down. No, it's pretty horrible. Okay. So other than me just shrinking it down, like what's actually a good way? maybe to deal with this. No, not the cursor. I'm gonna start merging these to the center. Okay, and so like that's kind of given us like a less terrible result. Still like not really great. I'm gonna shrink that down like a lot. I think I'm gonna shrink this down like a lot. Actually, I'm pretty sure I might want to get a subdivision surface on this mesh. Is this thing set to shade smooth? Is it really that horrid? Yep, yep, it's that. It's that horrid. Okay, wow. Hmm. I think I might actually try the smooth vertice option. Where even is that? Like, I know it's somewhere. Oh my. I feel like it shouldn't be doing that, but totally is. Why do you have to look so weird? It's because of this, isn't it? It's because of that thing. It's not? What? You still look like that. What? What are you doing, thing? You know what? You're like the bottom of a spear. I don't. I don't even care. That adds to the wooden aesthetic. I've just decided that. That right there, that adds to the aesthetic. All this is intentional now. And I'm gonna put a seam here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and maybe I'm gonna put a seam like there and here as well. Just so I don't have like, because this stick is just too long, essentially. The stick is too long to not put UV seams everywhere. And so what if I go and I put like a displace, I put the noise texture on, And I put you to like 0.01. How do you look? Okay, maybe like 0.1. Oh, you do not look too good there, bud. What if I go before the subdivision so I can use it to smooth all this out? Hmm. This noise might be, too fine, basically. So I'm thinking, hmm, I might come in here and like set it back to the standard 0.25. Does that kind of help at all? Eh, not really. Not really. And that is pretty spectacular, I must say. So alright, let's set that to X and I'll set this one to Y. Come in, UV unwrap. Okay, I think I need to apply all. That's yep. That that would have affected how the displace modifiers work. That's right. I forgot. Hmm. No, I probably need to like do the similar trick. I need to limit the displace to only really affect, say, these vertices, which should stop it from making the top just go through the metal. Okay. And setting it to 0.05. Okay, maybe I should remove these from that group now that it's more powerful. And yeah, okay. I think I'm liking that for our stick. It's mostly round, but it's got some good, like, curves to it. Okay. Okay. Now if we unwrap it. Now this is about what I expect. All those are facing one way. That's really good. Let's go and take these and this. Move them a bit. Scale them up. And I'm going to try to fit these on here. No, I'm just Just going to like rotate this manually. Going to try to get these on here with, you know, roughly the most amount of UV space I can get. Not gonna go like too crazy with it though.